How's everybody doing? Puppy Pot and Chill, number 646. I'm going to do another quick little rant again. It'll probably end up not being quick because I always end up going off the deep end on some subject. But before we do, I'm loading me a bowl right now so that we can take a hit, Yeah. Bowl is loaded. Alright, now that I've shaken everything around a bunch, let's take a hit. Alright, we're going to jump right in. Climate change is real, and it happens. You know why? It happens on a global scale and schedule. And this schedule warms and cools the planet approximately every 100,000 years. Yeah, humans have sped it up a little bit, say maybe 1 or 2,000 years, but in the big scheme of things, that is literally a drop in the bucket. This is something that was going to happen whether we wanted it to happen or not. There's just... The green energy, small-minded tree huggers claim that we must use green energy while eliminating carbon fuels to stop the global warming. But if we eliminate fossil fuels, we won't be able to make the green energy devices to make energy like windmills and solar panels. And the carbon footprint for both of those is massive. Bigger than people think. Take solar panels. It takes almost 2 decades after you install them before you get an actual return on them. I mean, yeah, it seems like you're getting an immediate return because maybe your energy goes down a little bit, but you don't really see a return on it until about 2 decades later. And that's if they work perfectly and need no costly repairs of any sort. Then at the end of the panel's life, there are toxic metals in there, and we still don't know how to properly dispose of all those. Let's take a hit. And I don't think people understand how big the carbon footprint to make a solar panel is. They have to use carbon fossil fuels to dig the ore. They have to use fossil fuels to refine the ore. They have to use fossil fuels to cast. And it's just that's why it takes so long to get an actual return. Because all these things take so much to build and transport and set up and dispose of, and nobody's told about how big these footprints are. They're only led to believe that these things are great. Windmills take massive amounts of carbon fuels to produce themselves. They use fossil fuels to lubricate the windmills, and I don't mean a little bit. They take a lot. You don't understand how big those things really are. They're huge. So they take a lot of fossil fuels to lubricate these windmills. It takes a lot of fossil fuels to transport to the location, to build them, and when they wear out, to repair them. And then once their life is done and they're worn out, it takes fossil fuels to the rescue again as we go in and use fossil fuels to dismantle and remove and take these things to places where it's just nobody is told about how big these footprints for these things really are, and they're huge. And then there's a lot of things that are left behind when they take these things down, which includes a massive base that these things sits on, which can be up to 30 foot by 30 foot wide and up to 15 to 20 feet thick. And these are just left behind, you know, with metal bolts sticking up and everything that they use to hold them down. So needless to say, there's a massive carbon footprint that nobody is talking about for all these green energy things. And in all reality, we will not have green energy until we can efficiently store energy, period. Once we figure out how to efficiently store energy, windmills will actually be a good thing. They'll work. That way the windmills can produce energy while the wind is blowing and save the energy and then disperse it as needed later. Right now, that's not how things work. We have to make energy on demand as needed. We don't have an efficient way to store energy, and that is our downfall. Not so much that we need to use green energy to save our planet. What we need is an efficient way to store energy to save our planet. Until we figure that out, we're fucked, y'all. Hey, Munch, what's up, buddy? Let me get a shot of Munchy here. What's up, buddy? Yeah. But until we figure that out, we're screwed. So let's hope we can figure this out quickly, folks, because we need to. We want to have all these green energy sources, but to get there, we need to figure out how to store energy efficiently first. That's it for this rant, I think. Always remember, I'm a stoner. Don't listen to me. If I say something that intrigues you, you look it up for yourself. Don't listen to me or anybody else. Don't let somebody else tell you how to think. We're all capable of critical thought. Let's use it. And always remember, you got to be 21 in a state that's legal to smoke marijuana. If you're not 21 in a state that's legal, just don't do it. Oh, you can't love everybody, so let's try not to hate. I am high. If you were smoking with me, I hope you got high with me. I think that's it for now, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I'll see you later. We'll do this again, man. Until then, stay high, bitches.